Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, class. This is MIS7650-M50 Team 7, our IT assessment on BAYER. Today we'd like to take the time and the opportunity to go over the overall IT infrastructure overview and then step through the different parts of the BAYER organization, how IT is work throughout BAYER, and to give you a better overview of how IT helps BAYER as an organization. So IT infrastructure is defined as a shared technology resource that provides a platform for a firm's specific information system application. This includes the hardware, software, and services. And it provides the foundation for serving customers, working with vendors, and managing internal business processes. With that being said, there are 7 major components of infrastructure: computing hardware platforms, operating system platforms, enterprise software applications, networks and communications, consultants and system integrators, data management and storage, and finally, internet platforms. So let's first start talking about BAYER's computer hardware. BAYER utilizes IBM AIX and HPUX for most of its limited physical servers. It also utilizes IBM AS400, and Dell is used to host the VMware. For the network and telecommunication, Cisco Corporate Network is used to allow employees access any date or app they need while on the move or traveling. And Verizon is used to maintain the corporate communication between the multiple locations in the U.S. and internationally. So as far as BAYER using consultants and system integrators, mostly the WAN is outsourced, and most IT run operations are managed services. Of those services, they are managed by third parties, which consist of TCS, Capgemini, and other preferred service providers. So when we break it out into the 3 different parts of it, design is primarily in-source, build is a combination of outsource and in-source, and execute is primarily MS. So now let's look at the operating system that BAYER utilizes. BAYER utilizes a Microsoft Windows Server. The version is 2003 to 2016. It is considered built-in breach resistant, but still lacking on some security feature. Our data center runs more automated, easy update and application creation, ease of use for training and operations, and large software selections that uses Windows. And it's also considered a plug-and-play ability. When we start talking about the management and storage, we utilize Microsoft SQL Server, used for data storage, Oracle, Windows 7, Adobe Acrobat, for Internet Explorer and Firefox. Red Hat Linux is used in working with virtual desktops. VMware provides cloud storage, and AIX-UX manages data effectively and quickly. Now let's get more into the enterprise software that is used. So Citrix is used to allow employees access to applications remotely. SAP is for business accounting and purchasing. Oracle is our product lifecycle management for supply chains to rapidly innovate, develop, and commercialize. Oracle is also used for our LIMS system, or Laboratory Information Management System, used to deliver innovative applications to the BAYER lab. Waters and Power is used to efficiently run lab samples and produce results. Waters Genesis manages lab data in one central location, whether that be an electronic notebook or e-logs. Innovia Ingenuity is used for our formulations database. And the IBM Toolkit is used for testing, debugging, and developing applications. And here in a few, we'll talk a little bit more about each applications. So with these applications, what are they used for? They're used to conduct our organization's primary business. These applications often interface with one another. They provide our mission-critical solutions for the entire organization. And again, examples of these are CRLIMS. For a lot of our stability data, we have our chromatography data for our HPLCs and GCs running on a Waters product called Empower 3 in Waters New Genesis. Our CRM is Salesforce. Our formulations database is Innovia Ingenuity. Our product lifecycle management, or PLM, is Oracle. SAP is our ERP system used for purchasing and inventory. And again, our IBM toolkit. So as we look at each of these, we'll go into each of them in a little more depth. So CRLIMS, also our laboratory information management, is used or brought to us by Labware. It helps support our laboratory operations by helping us with sample management, data analytics, and instrument and application integration. It's used to run our product specs, to run against different characteristics in which we're testing samples. It also has a module inside where we can set up stability time points. If you ever look at a product out on the market, it's got a 2-year shelf life or a 1-year shelf life or something of that. All that has to be tested to prove that the drugs are still efficacious at the time. So one of the, some of the benefits of having a laboratory information management system is all the information is one place, and that system is interconnected into other BAYER applications. Our second one is our Waters Empower 3 chromatography data. Basically, it allows us to pull all of our sample sets, method sets, result sets from all of our chromatography. Chromatography is one of the major analytical tools used to run samples in the lab, in the chemistry lab. So what this allows is it allows for automatic record keeping, it supports compliance and security requirements, and it allows us, because it's a large database, if we need to look or do any data mining for a specific instrument method or sample set method, it allows us to go back and look for those specific results for a specific test. The next one is Innovia Ingenuity. So this is our formulations database. As can be seen on the slide, what we're looking at are a bunch of different formulas for some of the Coppertone products as part of the consumer health portfolio. So you can see, again, we have Defending Care, Water Babies, Kids Lotions, and this database will track all of the formulas, the key components. So if we ever needed to do formula comparison, one product against another, we can go into this database and search all the components. If a certain ingredient then becomes something that no longer be used, we can go into this database and understand what ingredients we need to remove from a particular formula so that we can prove that we are operating in a compliant fashion. And because this is in a database, we have the ability to share this. So the next one is our Oracle Product Lifecycle Management. It manages the lifestyle of our product from creation to production. It's also where we house a lot of our packaging components and our BOM, or bill of material. And by having this in one place, it helps us reduce costs by eliminating rework and excess inventory. And again, it's our single repository for our bill of material and our revision control for that bill of material. For our ERP for enterprise resource planning, we use Civil. So in Civil, in that ERP, it combines our sales marketing, commerce, and service. It allows for a great customer experience across all channels, touch points, and devices. And it also will give us analytical and transactional features to help manage day-to-day operations, not only for our first line of management, but also higher levels of management in the organization. So, talked about it earlier, but Salesforce is our large customer relations management. It's Bayer's primary CRM system. It basically manages the interactions between current and potential customers and improves our business relationships by using data analytics. And it collects data from many different communication channels to learn more about the organization's target audience and how to cater to their needs. As far as our internet platform, we utilize Cisco, and it helps us utilize our internet platform used for web access. Our other mobile computing overview is we use mobile computing to allow access to our organization's network on demand. Cloud computing is the fastest growing form of computing, and it allows us for mobile digital platforms are now starting to replace our traditional PCs and larger computers. So as we become more addicted to our phones and or our iPads, they're becoming a lot smaller. Their computing capabilities becoming a lot larger, and people are getting away from your standard traditional PC. So for mobile computing at Bayer, we have different apps, whether that is a corporate app or consumer apps. Most of these are for the iPhone, which is utilized primarily throughout Bayer. So from a corporate app, we have our integrated annual report, IT Online, SAP Concur for purchasing and or travel, and also Bayer Careers. And from consumer apps, we pulled a couple of them from some of the other divisions, Farming Futures and BCS Cowdition, which is a way, the BCS Cowdition is a way for people to take pictures of their cows and do some diagnostics just by certain pictures. So next we're going to go talk a little bit about e-commerce. E-commerce is the buying and selling of the goods electronically. It's definitely growing in popularity. Look at the places like Amazon, eBay, and it's been constantly changing ever since it was created in 1990. So the types of e-commerce, you have business to consumer, which is retail sales to individual consumers, business to business, with sales among businesses, and consumer to consumer, where sales are between individuals. From Bayer, they primarily work on B2B and B2C. B2B is my orders, or business to business. Business to consumers, a lot of them are your brick and mortar stores like Walmart, Target, Costco, Walgreens, and now more of your online retailers like Amazon and Tmall. Bayer also plays a significant role in social media. Social media over time has changed just the way business engages its customers. Again, it's on all the time. And the availability of social media on mobile devices, just how easy it is to get to the access has changed how people order or even buy products. So social media for Bayer is primarily Facebook. Pulled a couple examples. We have Coppertone and Dr. Scholl's from the consumer division. And Bayer also plays from a larger perspective, or from a secondary perspective, from Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So now we're going to go more into the business intelligence. So business intelligence is an infrastructure for warehousing, integrating, reporting, and analyzing data. Analytics are focused on integrating all information streams into a single enterprise-wide data set, and then using analyst tools to make sense of all that data. And again, you look at all this data so it can help make managers and stakeholders make better decision plans. So when you look at business intelligence, there are really 6 elements that you want to cover. And the 6 elements are data from the business environment, business intelligence infrastructure, business analytics toolset, managerial users and methods, delivery platforms, and user interfaces. So BAYER utilizes business intelligence through all areas. And those areas include the manufacturing and supply chain, marketing and sales, R&D or research and development, ERP or enterprise resource planning, which we focus on SAP business objects, and more applications are supported on Amazon Web Service Cloud for storage and manipulations. However, Teradata is used by the company internally. Business intelligence continues. So BAYER's goals with business intelligence falls into 3 major categories: reporting, analytics, and advanced analytics. So reporting, what happens analysis, general reporting of core function. For analytics, it's insight generation focus, creates learning of what to do in the future, and advanced analytics is more used for predictive and focused on what's going to happen in the future. Next, we'll move on to knowledge management systems. So BAYER utilizes a host of those systems. So knowledge around the earth is done by Kate. It's used for your first level support. This is a homegrown BAYER enterprise application tracking system known as BEATS. And it's used to register applications installed at BAYER. It holds all application platform, hardware, and software details, and helps team reach out to system owners to inform them of a change. So in a case we're going to do an upgrade or something has to change with the system, we as BAYER employees get notified through email that a change is going to happen, or if we're going to have outages, or how the application is going to be affected. HPSM is used for incident and change management. So if we have any issue, they track it in this system to find out how the longevity of the system is working over time. JIRA is also problem management, so any issues that you're having with the system. Faro is used to facilitate project approval and tasks. So if you're looking to roll out a new project, a new program, a new application, it's ran in an application called Faro. And finally, Quest. And Quest is used from a financial perspective for quotes and requests. This is used if you wanted to add something like a new hotspot, new wireless access points, new data lines. You would do a Quest to find out how much it would cost and how long it would take to implement. So BAYER security, just like any area, we're concerned about threats. So the threats to BAYER would be loss of proprietary information, technical disruption or failure from an IT could impair business or production processes, loss of data confidentiality. Just to give you an idea, we came up from a consumer business. If we shut down production a day, it costs the company almost $2 million a day. Also, we want to worry about maintaining our security. So to do that, we do periodic review of IT security policies, internal and external audits, data recovery and continuity plans, and data authorization systems. So again, we want to improve that if you're not supposed to be in there, you're not. So application development is based on a 7-phase process that consists of planning, system analysis and requirements, system design, development, integration and testing, implementation and maintenance. And this is good for projects that require a lot of documentation or FDA regulated. And each phase relies on information from a previous phase. Agile is a different approach. It's more built on iterative development process. It's good for when requirements are constantly changing And this is a very good way to run a project if you've got aggressive timelines or they're highly complex. And the final one is prototyping. This is a type of model where prototypes are developed to show functionality and rework until a final solution is created, and best when system has a lot of interactions with end user. General and employee service, IT functional leadership, IT business partner for pharma, and IT business partner for consumer health. Then finally, IT business partner for crop science, IT operations, HR operations, and business service support. So from a staffing perspective, there's approximately 500 IT employees that manage internal and external resources. You have project management, developer, business analytics and validation analysts, network engineers, database architects, firewall servers, backup and support functions. That head of IT reports the head of the country platform to the U.S., and they've developed a 4 strategies model, being people and capabilities, operation excellence and compliance, customer values and innovations, and financial and steering committees. With these 4 strategies, they work on a 3-tier approach, which is design, which we talked about earlier, which is insource, build, which is insource and outsource, and execute, which is a managed service model. So IT as a function, it acts as a totally different entity as such. It's part of the BAYER organization, but run specifically as an outside business partner. So we actually fund them. The business will fund projects to the IT partner, and the IT partner will partner with the business to drive compliance, stay current on the operating systems, maintain existing systems, and bring out new applications and business need changes. They are partnering part of the organization that complements the business part of the organization. So from an overall assessment perspective, the strengths is it's highly connected between the 3 tiers in BAYER, the animal, the consumer, and the pharma divisions, being that it's in the FDA part of the world. It's FDA compliant, it's a partnering part of the organization, and it's one combined MIS service across all parts. So the weakness come from some of the strength. It's so large that it's hard to make changes fast enough. Multiple systems require constant updates to stay on the most current platforms. Again, being with the FDA makes everything take longer, and because of that, it's very expensive to make changes. So opportunities as an organization is we need to find ways to make things change faster while also integrating enterprise applications, implement more cloud-based solutions, look at how AI or artificial intelligence could impact the future of the business, and manage risk better to implement fast. So hopefully during this presentation I was able to give you and the whole group a better understanding of where BAYER is and how the IT is managed. And I want to thank you for your time.